Hello everyone, this is Dr. Nemea Wantang with Family Travel Africa. Thank you for following, watching, sharing, and joining us through our channel journey. In our last video within our travel and health series, I reviewed with you the medications recommended that you should carry when you travel over the counter in case of emergency or need. And in this video, we are going to talk about your travel health kit, specifically your first aid kit and what is in it. Very important to familiarize yourself with your first aid kit, and I will give you a couple suggestions on how to modify that. So let's get into it. For anyone who travels like myself, you often find yourself hiking, biking, and any other outdoor activity, sometimes indoor activity too, can create opportunity for injury. So when you are traveling, any first aid kit should be fine, but you want to optimize what you have in your first aid kit. So I have a first aid kit here. This is very basic. Basically got it at a grocery store or your local pharmacy. But let's talk about it, because a lot of these kits, if you purchase, are already pre-arranged for you. So they are arranged according to the type of injury and need. The idea is you review what's in your kit and you know exactly where to go for what you need, and you can actually reorganize it if need be. The first section here is just cuts and scrapes. And so you're looking at things like bandages. It'll come in different sizes. The second part of it, you have blisters, splinters, and stings. And you would also have a pinchers, or in the event of having to take a splinter out, or a stinger for that matter. Now remember, when we talked about the over-the-counter medications, I also included some antihistamines. So that would be like your Allegra, Claritin, Benadryl. Very handy if you happen to have any kind of stings. I am very allergic to bee stings. So our third section here is for bleeding, wounds, and burns. And if you can see pretty clearly, it also comes with Q-tips. You'll have in here some adhesive adherent pads. I do recommend when you're traveling to also have your triple antibiotic over the counter. Easy to get. You never know when you're going to need it. It literally says first aid triple antibiotic. Our fourth section here is headaches and pains. As you can see, there's nothing in here. Why? Because there's a pack of medicines, but you are already going to have those. You're going to have your Tylenol, your Motrin, and whatever other medicines that you are prescribed for headaches and for pain. So this section you will modify and pack, because it does come with a couple of packs of tablets there. Our last is sprains and strains, probably the more common, apart from your scrapes, that you will come across. And you have your cold compresses in here. They are pretty good because the instructions are in there, but they're easy to activate. And you also have your Coban wraps as well. Speaking of which, please be very cognizant of where you're traveling to. Temperature changes, you may actually want some warm packs. You can get those instantly, foot warmers, hand warmers activated. You kind of pop the pack and it warms up, and you can slide them into your socks or into your gloves. This is specifically important if you are traveling to areas with low temperatures and happening to be outside. So if you're glamping or just roughing it out in a tent, please pay attention to the weather and study it before you go, so you can pack right. In here we have antiseptic towelettes, so a lot of wipes. We talked about before, if you can make sure you have your hand sanitizers, and if you have wet wipes, that's great too. But again, in this pack, like I mentioned, you'll have your ibuprofen, your Tylenol, but you're already going to have that packed, so no worries. I would include this. This is hydrocortisone. So anti-itch cream. You never know when you might get into some poison ivy or a brush somewhere, and all of a sudden we have this raging rash. Actually don't have to travel for that. Somehow my kids managed to just get that in the neighborhood, walking the neighborhood. So that's pretty much what your basic first aid travel health kit should have. In here, I would also include a pill box. And I tend to carry this in my carry-on. It's not something you want stowed away, checked in, and you happen to have a layover and you need your over-the-counter Tylenol, or you happen to trip and fall, you have a cut, scrape, or bruise, you have an allergic reaction to something, and you're running around trying to find where the pharmacy is. So there it is. Very short and sweet. I hope you enjoyed this rundown. Please leave your comments, your questions, and give us a thumbs up, give us some likes. I must admit that the summer's been going pretty well. I had the chance to work in Central Texas this summer, and I had the opportunity to do some hiking at Chalk Ridge Falls in Belton, Texas, Central Texas. And I will actually include a couple of shots here so you get a little sense of what I was getting myself into. Fortunately, I had no injuries, but if I did, I was ready. And on that note, I will say goodbye. Please be safe and travel responsibly. Take care. Know y'all are traveling. Do not say you're not traveling. You know you are. You're doing some kind of trip.
I hope you like my video. Yes, you do. Subscribe.